Warning. What you are about to see and hear is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are our opinions and do not reflect the views of BTW21 or its staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel and Chad.
People are looking for something. God is looking for someone real. People are looking for something real.
You got to start with God, brother.
Yes, God's always first. God is looking for someone real. People are looking for something real. Just be real. We are the Be Real Podcast. Your host, Daniel Lewis, Brother Chad Hudson.
Hello.
We have returning guests because there is another event coming up this Saturday, October 7th, Patrick and Henry Community College. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. They have a line up, but we'll find out more about it.
They're about to get it on.
We have the Batman himself. We have the dragon.
Yeah. They're here.
And it took us...
He's still the champion.
Look
at here.
Hold on a minute. It took us...
Look at this thing.
Yeah.
That's a belt.
The belt. It took us 10 minutes to get these guys to sit down with each other.
They're excited.
They're excited, but I can understand that he's always wanted the belt. He's had the belt, and so we're sitting here on the podcast
with some
there's
tension.
The belt.
There's some tension.
There's a little bit of tension
table
going on. Dude, we've had the tension. Somebody marked up your car, Monte Carlo.
Someone jumped us in the hallway here.
His son, Scott.
Oh, that was...
And then, of course, out in the hallway, they shut the doors on us.
They locked the doors on us.
Yeah, and that was if they want to go back on YouTube, they can see that. I mean, we've got video evidence of all this stuff.
What are you talking about? Somebody marked up a car.
Well, we're moving past that. I'm trying to look.
Well, I don't think we're moving past it. I have a 1972 Monte Carlo that someone spray painted the last time y'all were here. That Be Real, the podcast sucked.
Is it still on there?
It's still on there because I haven't took care of it yet. That's
Be Real sucks.
I don't believe the people down here would treat him like that.
I don't think it was the people down here. I think it was people from
Franklin County.
Past Roanoke. I'm not sure where they're from.
Where y'all from? Where's your son from?
It don't make no difference where he's from. We didn't do it.
So anyway, we're here to talk about the event that's coming up the 7th, Patrick and Henry Community College.
The Halloween Mayhem.
Halloween Mayhem. We got there it is.
We got a flyer.
Right, can you zoom in? Or is that is that where we're getting? There's no zooming on that?
That's not where the camera is. The camera's not on that. That's just uploaded.
Right.
But
so Scott,
people on the TV, they could see it.
NICW presents Halloween Mayhem this Saturday, October 7th. Scott, let's know a little bit more about this. I know you're kind of in between, so is Mr. Weddle. But we kind of want to know what's happening here. We're lost. Just act like I'm lost.
Are you lost as far as
I'm lost.
As far as the matches? Or are you lost as far as what the event is?
What's going on?
Okay. Yeah. The event actually is, like you said.
Get a little closer to the mic. I'm sorry, brother.
That's okay. Yes, like you said, it's at Patrick and Henry Community College. It's going to be at the Stone Hall Collins Gym, and so
this is the first time it's ever happened at the gym, right?
But this is the first time NICW has been in Martinsville.
Oh, really?
Right, yeah.
And you're doing some good things over there. You're raising some money.
Right, yeah. I mean, we had talked and spoke with the athletic director, and we also had spoke with the coach Chad Lang. I know a lot of people know.
Yeah.
Chad,
we know Chad. Yeah.
And they were like, hey, I've known Chad for a long time with amateur wrestling in Stewart, you know,
Right.
and matter of fact, he's a big factor in getting the martial arts school up in Stewart.
Oh,
That's
wow.
great.
We worked together. If it wasn't for him, it would have been there.
Yeah.
And
That is
so,
great to know. I
right,
did not know that, but
right.
that is great to
He was
know.
a big factor in that. And then, so hey, you guys are doing pro wrestling, and you're doing it in our area now. It's finally coming back, and it's coming in Stewart and in Bassett. We're trying to get it back in this area. So we spoke, and he was like, hey, this is... we've done our amateur wrestling program. Our amateur wrestling program is new. This current year is their first year, right? So basically, hey, let's do a fundraiser.
Michael's over here falling asleep. He's snoring. I love it.
So let's do a fundraiser. We agreed.
Totally disrespectful from what I, you know.
But yeah, but
I could have figured that.
But we're doing the fundraiser for their amateur wrestling team, for Coach Lang and for the Patriots and for Patrick and Henry Community College.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
fans come out and check it out because you're supporting your hometown and your college.
Right.
Supporting the
Get some
hometown.
entertainment.
Right.
Supporting the hometown, and that's why I got kind of involved with what you all are doing, is because you all decided to have a show up there at the Rotary Field last time, and that's our small hometown.
We all about some Patrick
and
County.
we are all about Patrick County. We had a little bit of controversy with our Jimmy Love there and stealing some people that were put on the card. I know that you don't want to say some bad words about them, but I don't mind talking shit.
That's neither here or there. That's something we're not doing. I don't want to put that on there. But
You don't want to pull that on there, but I was disrespected. Our small town was looking forward to a show, and he kind of shit on it.
Yeah.
So I made my little comment. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about it from now
So
on.
for the people, just calm. Back it up just a second.
You
Sorry.
always like backing it up. You like to dig a little bit.
Honestly, I'm not sure why you're even complaining. I was on the show. I packed the house. You couldn't get no more people in there.
I don't
so
know.
how did we get hurt?
I'm not sure if you packed the house. I'm pretty sure I did. I had most of the children that were there.
So how did we didn't get
No,
hurt?
he had
that
some
show.
children.
Hey, I tell you what, you all did a wonderful.
it was awesome.
I'm glad I have you.
It was.
We are glad we have you back out here.
Yeah.
Well,
That show was just awesome for our Stewart
was.
crowd,
And
our
that's-
Patrick County
and that's
crowd.
that's why we're doing it. And we're doing it for the fans. We're giving them an alternative. And this is wrestling. We want to. This is the Mid-Atlantic old school style wrestling. And the fans, every time the last few shows we've done, the fans that came out had a great time. We had a great
absolutely.
crowd.
Right.
And both causes that we had done it for, like especially this last one, you guys were there in Stewart. It was to help raise money for their band.
Right.
And you talking about some very, very happy people when it was done. They
Absolutely.
want us back, and we're going to be
Yes.
back. We'll be back there in November. But that's
Oh,
we'll
nice.
talk about that later. But they, it's going back to help the band again.
Right.
So it's a win-win.
Right.
Family show. Wrestlers come out, work hard.
So explain to me.
And the
you just
wrestlers
said,
do work hard. I mean, I would like to commend you, brother. You do put on a show. My family was impressed. With your wrestling abilities, with your
Well, let me tell you something. You should be head of NICW since because they're not very impressed with it. Do you see
Really?
what they've done here?
I think my man's in
They've
charge.
got the Cuban assassin.
I'm just a
No,
wrestler.
he's
I'm
a
just
wrestler.
You're just a wrestler.
Cuban assassin is just low down. That's what he is. He's sneaking in the back door here after I've done beat him up for 2 shows. He's sneaking in trying to take my belt.
I kind of figured myself. Now I will be in agreement with you. I
And what
thought
they
you were
done-
up for a title shot.
NICW said, well, we'll get Eclipso happy. We'll give him a tag team match for the belts. He don't care as long as he gets a belt. But then they take my partner and move him up here in an amateur wrestling match. So I got to get a mystery partner. And I'm so glad you volunteered.
Whoa.
Never mind. I got a mystery partner, and we're not going to get into who it is right now. Right? Yeah, right. Okay.
I got you.
What's
But anyhow, that didn't help.
What's that Lincoln?
I don't know. The secretary up at my work, I have a couple secretaries, and one of them's like, "Are you the mystery guy? It kind of looks like your ears there." And I'm
Your
not
ears?
Yeah, I'm not aware of that. That doesn't look like my ears to me.
Can you take the headphones off?
Does that look like
See
my
the ears?
My ears are kind of big.
So your ears are on the.
No, I don't think so. I think he's got a mystery guy, and we'll see who it is.
But I do have a question for you.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. You got this. Let me see this brochure or flyer, the ears. There's no hair.
Well,
and there's ears.
I haven't had hair on my head since I was 18.
Right. So I could kind of.
No, I don't think anything's going on there.
You don't think there's nothing going on there?
The committee, the NICW board of directors, did post something a few weeks ago on their NICW page, and it had stated
Facebook page.
Facebook page, right? And it had stated on there that Scott Weddle chose. He's the one that made the challenge to Tony Ray for the amateur.
Scott ain't never showed up here in the last two shows, so I don't even know what we're talking
about.
No,
I think he did show up and he spray painted my car, but that's a whole other story.
No. Right. He just admitted he has not been here.
But
a
lot of people don't
here.
A lot of people don't know. I know Tony,
on the show.
Like a lot of people couldn't make it today, but that's beside the point. But I know Tony Ray is from
Charlotte, Maryland.
So we saw that. We saw that you.
So Tony is from Martinsville,
right?
And that's part of the reason we were talking about earlier about the doing this for the wrestling team. He is a former amateur wrestler through Patrick and Henry Community College.
That's great.
And that's the guy we saw take it down.
Right, and I don't know a whole lot of it. And like I said, I don't know the beef between it. I mean, Eclipso may be able to explain that. But the thing is Tony's hometown. He's from this area. But it stated that Scotty actually made the challenge for the amateur wrestling exhibition.
Scotty's always making. You talking about Weddle, right? Scott Weddle.
I think Scott Weddle.
He's always making challenges.
I think
he
done
never
very
fulfills
well.
anything
but
that he's ever even put out.
I do think that Scott did fairly well in his amateur wrestling career, and
he did.
Right.
I do believe that.
But it also
he went against somebody and they whooped his.
But it also stated
Who was it?
that you
whooped his ass.
You actually asked to be in Tony Ray's corner.
Oh, absolutely.
So I didn't know if while we're here, be real.
Be real.
Why?
The reason why I decided I was going to go into the corner of Tony is because I don't trust Scott Whittle. I think he spray painted my car.
I wouldn't either.
Time he was
right.
Here.
Right. And he called Douglas.
He was on the phone with them on the show here. He was on the phone with them talking about some things, and we went out there. The spray.
Are y'all doing the show? I'm gonna go spray.
Right.
Who else would spray the Monte Carlo?
And and Tony's an American boy. He's an American, and I'll tell you what, I'm an American myself.
American.
So I just want to
look. Let me
make
tell you
sure
what
things are
Tony
right.
is. Tony is a wannabe. He's one of those guys that goes to the wrestling matches with them little fake belts on the shoulder and sits in the front row and cheers everybody on because he can't do it himself. That's why he challenged him to an amateur match, because in a professional match, oh my gosh, he would stand a chance.
Just let him talk.
Well, let's talk about that. I mean, there is a lot to learn in a professional match.
What we're going to do, he's going to leave this guy laying, and he's going to teach. He's going to learn a very valuable lesson that night. He probably should pay us for the lesson we're going to get.
And as long as it's one-on-one, I'm cool.
And then,
regardless of what happens,
we're going to request that he don't bring that fake belt no more.
Oh, Wentworth.
We'll take care of it for him.
Oh, Wentworth come around, and then we'll have some issues. Or you decide to step in.
He is always.
He's always running his mouth about something.
I mean, he has caused us some legal issues, some personal issues. I'm not impressed with him. I'm glad he's not here.
Right.
He's glad he's not here. He's glad he's not here.
Right. He don't need to show up. No, he don't need to show up.
You're doing a good deal here tonight, partner. I'm going to tell you. He's playing this.
He keeps winking at you.
I know it. We'll see what happens.
There's some shit I don't know.
No, partner.
Partner.
Yeah, partner. Oh, I forgot. Which one of y'all going to be my partner? I'm saying,
wait.
I get confused sometimes.
How you doing, partner? So what do you think?
So this is coming up. This is coming up real quick. Let's just promote this some more.
Okay.
Yep.
Couple days.
We're gonna take a break.
Oh, no. We're not taking a break. Somebody's called me. I got some idiots calling me or something.
On the air. We're on the air.
On the air. Yo. Hello.
Is it the Be Real show?
This is the Be Real podcast in Martinsville, Virginia.
Would I be speaking to Chug the Bug Eater or Daniel No Fanny Queens Booger?
Queensburger, Booger, whatever you want to call me. It makes no offense.
Line of snot eaters.
Snot.
This is the one and only Douglas J. Wentworth here to represent the Unholy Alliance. Let me tell you something.
We're just talking about you.
Of course you were.
We were grateful you wasn't here. Well, I was. I'm not going to put anybody else out. I'm going to say just for myself.
You don't count.
Let's hear it, man. What's your spiel?
Well, let's put it this way. A lot of things are happening in the NICW.
Yeah.
We came to the NICW as the Alliance. We just wanted a fair shake. We came in and played by the rules. We did everything according to script. I mean, y'all just gave us the rules. We went by them. And what thanks did we get? We get screwed over by the promotion. Eclipso, the uncrowned NICW heavyweight champion, mind you, we get screwed over, and the fans boo us.
Now,
and Scott Weddle cheats at every turn, everything he did. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm so doggone mad. I'm talking about Scott Lee.
I think you were right the first time.
Who was that?
Scott
The
Rudder.
Dragon, right here.
Ah, you got beat, didn't you? In a fair contest. The Cuban Assassin took you down.
Well, you know, there's be footage we're showing out.
Now, where was this at? Where he got taken down by the...
Now, it wasn't a title match, right?
It wasn't a title match. It was in Hinton, West Virginia.
In West Virginia.
And you know, I'm telling you, I should have known better. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. I kick myself for making this choice with it. But you know what? He kept using that little object he wanted to continue to use that entire time.
Is that any different than a loaded boot?
I mean, the referee checked it. They didn't see nothing, no loaded boot. But he kept using that object. And so, anyway, it got to the point in the match. He dropped it. I picked it up and and the referee saw me with it and got disqualified.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
Yeah.
That same thing happened to me in Stewart.
Yep.
No,
Somebody throws something in the ring, and I bent over and picked it up, and the referee turned around and took the title back away from me and said I used it. I know what you're talking about. You're right. You're exactly right on that part. There's some dirty stuff with them fans and all them people.
Those referees or something else.
Yep. So, from what I was told, is the NICW Championship Committee, the president, Jimmy Valiant, made the statement. He did get the win over me as a disqualification. Now, Bronco Barnett, his manager, stepped up and said, hey, they made the challenge. So that's why he got the title shot.
All right,
I told everybody from the start.
Eclipso.
I told everybody from the start, from the night one when I won the title. Now,
You cheated for the title.
I told everybody
named Chug.
from day one.
Chuck.
From day one, I will take on all comers for that championship because that's what this NICW deserves, is a fighting champion.
Right.
And
right.
I don't make the matches. Somebody else does
Hey,
that.
but here's the
So
thing.
if y'all,
NICW and you together are complicit in this. Everybody gets screwed over when it comes to you and the NICW. How deep are they in your pocket?
I can tell you guys, you talk to the committee, you talk to Jimmy Valiant, you talk to Joe Brody.
Now,
you talk to those
hold
guys.
on
They're
just
the
hold
ones
on
that
just a
make the
second,
decisions.
because this is me and Chad's podcast, and I don't never, yeah.
Oh, Chug. You know who it is.
Old Chug, the bug eater. We don't normally answer the phone, and I always leave my phone right here, but I don't answer it, and I just didn't recognize that number, but I kind of seen it was yours, and I knew
Let
you
me
was
tell
going
you
to.
what I'm happen to be doing right now.
I don't know if I want to know that. Left hand or right hand?
Guaranteed insurance. I'm in Maryland right now. I am signing
Bullshit.
for my guaranteed insurance for this upcoming show at the
Bullshit.
Patrick Community College.
Sitting in Maryland, you're probably about 20 minutes from here.
I wouldn't be caught living up there where you are, you bumpkin.
So you guaranteed insurance.
Just bring it.
That's right. That's right, Scott Lee. You know, I was just saying earlier, we played by the rules. But you know what the Unholy Alliance is best known for? is knowing how to manipulate the rules when it calls for it. Well, we have decided, instead of being the nice guys, instead of being the good guys that we were, we have gone back to what made us famous in the independent wrestling scene. We're going back to being the Alliance.
Well, you just said, hey.
Eclipso should be having another title shot right now.
That's okay. We got him going. Me and my partner sitting here. Excuse me. No, I mean me and this bunch of guys sitting here. We're gonna pull a big surprise on them that night.
We have all kinds of things in store for them that night. Hey, Chug, you might want to stay home.
Chug.
Be careful, Chug, for the next few days. This is imperative that you listen. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you say. Be careful where you go. You see, when we pull
Who are
out
you
the
talking
stops,
to?
Is he talking? Was I
I'm
Chug?
talking to Chug.
That's
Chug?
me.
Is that Chad?
Chug, the
Chad
money
Hudson.
guy.
I'm not careful
Chad
about anything, buddy. But I do agree that I believe that Michael deserves a title shot.
Right.
I do believe that.
And I'll be glad to make that happen. I mean,
Right.
like I said,
But
And you have.
I believe
I
this.
have,
And you have.
How you gonna make it happen after he beats you?
But then that's between you and him. But I mean,
Right.
but here's the thing.
Hey, he hangs around the West.
NICW has
But
let
But
you.
here's the thing.
Is he here today? Is he here today?
He's not, but
That's
let me-
right, because he's in West Virginia.
But-
So when he wins that title, he's going back to West Virginia.
Take the title with him.
him.
But you also could keep. Hey, he could. Anything can happen in pro wrestling. He could beat me. But you know what? I'm gonna be right there, want to challenge for it again myself.
All right.
That's why we're here. It's all about that title.
You heard that.
And then you will get a chance at the tag team champions, which will be us that night. So then I'll have that belt, and then I'll be going for that belt.
As far as the
all
I'm gonna have to get a bigger table if you want me to come
right.
down
It's all-
here.
We trying to be nice.
It's all about- it's all
We're
about
trying to
the
be
competition.
nice.
Like,
We're
yeah.
trying to be nice and let everybody have their say. So go ahead. There, Mr. Douglas Wentworth Jr. the third or whatever the hell.
He's not a junior, the third.
What a moron.
Just could be the third.
It's Douglas J. Wentworth III,
Okay.
Esquire.
Esquire. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Go ahead.
So here you go. I have already spoken with the Cuban Assassin, and you will, when he wins the title, you will be first up. And not only that, let's go back to the cheating that Scott Lee does. You notice that both times you got hit with that illegal object, and then you get the object from him that he was using on you, and we get disqualified. And then now he's getting the Cuban Assassin into a casket match, knowing that the Cuban Assassin is terrified of enclosure.
Well, talk to us a little bit about this casket match. What does that entail?
Two men go in the ring.
Right.
No man is the winner until one is put into the casket.
Really?
When is that
That's
happening?
great.
Do what?
When is that happening?
That's that night.
That's this Saturday?
Me and
Can't
That
you
is the
read?
main event, you twit. Oh, I thought you guys were journalists.
I'm gonna kick this guy's ass.
God, all that bug eating. What do you need to get off the bugs.
I love the bugs, brother.
You talking to the wrong
Protein.
one.
Oh, wait a minute. Who is this? No Fanny?
Let me throw another little swerve in
Bring
there.
your ass
for you.
down
Tell
here
us
from
what's
Maryland.
going on here.
Find
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
This, if I decide I want another partner, this right here on the top here.
Jim Nelson. Boris. So
Is that Jim Nelson there?
We,
parents and
you never know. He could be the surprise partner,
Well, look at there.
but I wouldn't dump you for him right now because he's retired.
Well, let
What are
me
you
speak
talking about?
on Jim Nelson real quick because I'm going to have to leave off of this call here shortly.
But of course.
Thank you.
There's no man.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
went to the committee with the Jim, putting Jim Nelson.
Yeah,
in the
drink
Hall of
another
Fame.
one.
Not one
I
person.
will.
No, this is serious.
All
Not
right.
one person had anything to say but yes, without hesitation. The man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. His career, he was in every territory, won titles in every territory, as Jim Nelson, and as well as the infamous Boris Zukov. If anybody deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, it's him.
I mean, and we
What?
don't agree on hardly anything anymore. But I tell you what, I will say I agree with you on that.
The man was a trailblazer. He is I have a very interesting Ole Anderson story Ole doesn't even like ice cream. Ricky Morton said it. Everybody said it.
All
But he
right.
had
Look here. Look here.
Tremendous
Look here.
amount of respect.
Look here, Yankee. You gonna be here this Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
Where looking
I'll
only
see
as
you.
good as I can look.
I'll see you Saturday then.
Is this that no guy again?
This is Queen's Booger.
Queen's Booger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see you Saturday. Since you can't recognize, you done goddamn old and can't recognize whose voice is what. I'll see
And
you.
don't you bring in little booger-eating kids with you again.
We're all coming out.
All the kids.
All the kids.
But I would like to comment on, you know, when you guys have your feuds and you're doing your wrestling matches and everything, I still love the respect that you have for other wrestlers, regardless of
We try to remain
what
respectful,
side they're
but
on
How
or
could
what,
you not
you know.
respect Jim Mills?
Right. I do love that about the community of wrestlers
And
that
then-
you
And
have
then,
there.
straight up, Jim could care less about me, but I tell you what, there's no finer man and one of the best grapplers that ever stepped in the ring.
Right, and we can, I mean, and you got to remember back 10, 15 years ago, he was a big part of NICW at one time.
Oh, he terrorized every territory that was out there, the UWF, the
And-
AWA,
And,
WA,
as well as American Championship Wrestling as well. Held titles in
He's
both
been
organizations.
everywhere.
That's
He was there the night that the NICW started.
all right. So this is our podcast. We got to go. We know you vote Democrat and you're up there supporting Joe Biden.
sir.
We greatly
No, sir.
appreciate you
No,
so
sir.
much, and we'll see you next time, brother. You take care of yourself. All right.
Joe Biden voter.
He is.
Yeah.
He just admitted it. So anyway, this Saturday, this is all going down. Patrick Henry is Stonewall,
Yeah, Stone Hall.
Stone
College
Hall.
Gym, right.
right? 7 o'clock
6 o'clock doors
6
open,
o'clock.
7 p.m. bell time.
this Saturday.
And they got the tickets. Tickets will be at the door. If anybody wants to get tickets in the next day or two, they can pick them up here in the area. Bryant Radio right here in Collinsville. The Valero Fast Mart on Kings Mountain Road right there next to the college. They got
Right.
that. Anybody from Stewart area.
Is that how you say
area,
that? Valero?
Valero, something like that. Fast
Yeah.
Mart's always I call it.
I love it.
Stewart, people out there want to come out. Boys Holland Veterinary Services.
In Stewart.
We got 'em.
Stewart's got them.
Got the tickets.
And hey, if not, stop by the Patrick and Henry Stone Hall Gym. It's Office 106. That's their athletic department there. They've got them as well. If you can't pick them up the next day or two, we will have them at the door.
So if they wanted to get one today, it's Thursday. They want to get tickets tomorrow. It's Friday because they want to come out and see the show.
Yep.
How much?
General admission is $10.
$10.
$12 if you're, like I say, let me sit back. $10 for the general admission
Okay.
and $12 to sit on the floor seats.
It's on the floor, front
And
And
row.
it's like
Getting
what,
action.
what's free? The younger
Get the sweat on
Five
you.
and under's free.
5 and under's free.
But if you come the
Bring
day,
the
if you
kids.
come the day of, it's only a couple of dollars more. It's if you come the day of, you're looking at $12 for the general admission and $15.
You can't beat
on the floor.
that.
You still can't beat that. You can't,
It's
you
like
can't go
2.5 hours of
You can't
entertainment.
get the movies. You can't do anything. With those
Right,
movies.
2.5 hours of entertainment. I love it.
It was great entertainment. Katie, my wife, she hasn't been to a wrestling match, or really even watched them on TV. And for the first 5 minutes of the show, she was a little iffy on what she was watching, but 6 minutes into it,
Boom.
and she was having a ball.
Boom.
She was rooting for everybody. She was yelling like the crowd does, and she was just having a good time. She also brought, 5 of my kids along with her.
Oh yeah. I love it. I
There was
love
a
it.
crowd down there.
So both of y'all, thank y'all for sitting at our table. We'll be right back.
Oh, we'll be back.
We'll be back after this.
That was quick. Looking at it. That one.
Be real.
Be real.
The podcast.
Tell them about it, Daniel.
Join us. Subscribe if you wanna. We're trying to support local businesses, local people. This is what we're doing. Thanks to this man right here. Boys Holland Veterinary Services, Pet Transport. Appreciate them. Appreciate you for watching. please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that share button. You hear it from all other YouTube, but, you know, it helps us. It helps us.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Thank you. Be real.
Look at that one.
Be real.
Be real.
And we're back.
We are.
Again.
What?
It is the Be Real Podcast. Your host, Daniel Lewis, brother Chad Hudson.
Thursday night.
Thursday night, brother. We
Friday's
only got
coming.
Two more nights.
Friday, then Saturday.
Yes. Halloween Mayhem coming up.
Patrick and Henry.
Patrick and Henry
College.
Community College.
Right.
We need to know a little bit more about the card.
The whole card.
I
whole
like,
card.
I like to know too, because who are these jerks on here in this tag match? I don't even know who they are.
We'll get to the jerks.
Why ain't the Usos or somebody like that up there? Why we got these guys that I don't even know.
Who
their
are
names?
those
Just-
guys?
Who the hell are
just-
the
just
Weddles?
like that, everybody's trying to figure out who this guy is. Who's the mystery partner?
I know who that
Mystery
is. We ain't worried about
partner.
that. We ain't worried about that
Everybody's
part.
trying to figure that
Who
out.
is the mystery
Well, you know,
partner?
No, okay, hold on, Scott. Let me back this up a little bit. How do you come into a match with a mystery partner? Let me just.
Is that not illegal? Is that not do
Because
they not have to
because
sign
they
up
did
for
not want me.
So you can take
Scotty
anybody.
teaming up.
I said Scott.
Well,
Is
they
your
did.
name Scott Michael?
Yeah, it is actually.
Is it
Well, the
Scott Michael Scott?
from I mean that's a question for the board. I mean they're the ones that set up. This
They said
match.
I
They
couldn't
said-
have my
So the
partner. so I could pick
NICW.
somebody.
We need to have them on the show.
But you know that's the thing. I'm just assuming they probably said, "Hey, Scotty challenged Tony Ray for this amateur wrestling match. He's already in a match."
So you can have anybody,
Chooses
mystery
his own partner.
guest, come into the ring
I
to
didn't
help
know
you.
who I was going to have when they made the poster. So they said, okay, fine.
Oh, so this was a mystery guest to you as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I picked him. I had to pick him out.
Yeah, they
You had to pick him out.
He didn't have a partner at that point. The poster was already made. The match is laid. Now he has to choose his partner.
Exactly.
Okay.
Don't you
So,
remember the
Well, now
phone call?
it's-
I mean, I just had to pick him out.
Phone call, Chad.
No.
So on that
Nobody
match,
called?
Wait, honestly, before we get in this card, honestly, it don't make a difference. I could pull somebody out of the crowd as a partner.
He's the man.
I could pull one of your little booger
Well,
eating.
hey.
I could pull one of them booger eating kids of yours.
No,
out
I
there.
remember the
kids are a
first
bunch of
time
booger
that you
eating
were asking people to come out of the crowd, and you pulled him, but he couldn't because Virginia regulations require that you have to have a license to wrestle.
It is. And
And
I,
you chose you said anybody, and then was Scott, and he
And
come
chose
over there,
Scott,
and I
and he
remember
got
a
his butt
boot,
whipped.
and we can probably pull up the. I mean, I'll put it on YouTube because I'm sorry, Shania, I didn't send you,
You didn't
this.
send her
but there
nothing.
was no, I didn't. But I have it on YouTube.
you
with a
called
boot,
anybody out.
a boot in your chin, going.
But
like
you know
this.
what? Y'all always forget that I was the champion. Y'all keep
For about 10 seconds,
Champion is my
5
champion.
5 seconds.
I mean, how long have you been champion?
5 seconds.
How long have you been champion?
Huh? Never.
All right then. Shut
I
up.
don't get into that.
So the tag team championships are vacated, from my understanding. So that means that if you guys remember, the previous champions were the Cuban mercenaries that was all connected in with the Cuban assassin.
The Cuban assassin and his
Oh, no, now we're
So-
going to vacate the heavyweight.
his
belt.
mass
they
his
had-
mass buddy there. I can't remember his name.
So unfortunately, one of them, got injured for real, and he's not able to wrestle anymore. He is done. So the wow.
Sorry, I gotta get you some feed, man. I gotta get you
Sorry.
some feed.
So
No.
So they decided to take the top 3 teams that's in NICW at this point and do a elimination match and determine the new tag team champions. So the ones who know, if you guys were there at the last show, they had a match. It was a tag match
Right.
to determine like a tournament who was going to advance on.
Right.
And both teams were eliminated, taken out completely. So, okay, that took out 2 teams.
We got open belt.
Right.
So this is what we're trying to break down to the people.
Right, they're
because
breaking it
not
down.
everybody's made it to every match.
Right. So they tried to do this. These 2 teams, they both got taken out. There was no winner. And if you saw that at the end of it, Yellow Man and John Heartbreak were already in a 6-man match.
He's good. I like that Yellow
And
Man.
a lot of people around this area knows both Yellow Man and John Heartbreak.
Right.
Great wrestlers, great athleticism,
Right.
Very well known. And they decided, hey, they made the challenge. They said, hey, there wasn't nothing. The last match didn't have a winner.
I felt kind of
We've-
racist calling him the Yellow Man, though.
And we've been, and they've had a lot of serious matches over the years. They've
I'm
been
the
feuding
racist,
for a long
not
time.
you. I'm the racist.
So they joined forces, created their team to challenge for the titles, right? So that's how I guess they got into it. And then the guys here, the Forsaken Ones, I will say with the Forsaken Ones, I know they're very well known in Carolina. I personally haven't seen them tag that much, but I know they're very well known in Carolina area.
Now, who was
And
that again?
they're-
Sorry, let
that
me
would be the Kid Lightning, and I know. And here's the thing: he's fairly local. He's from Eden.
Kid like
Kid Lightning,
That
and
is local.
Adam Hex is his partner.
I wish they could have had him on the show
Yeah.
here.
Adam is actually from Philadelphia. From here,
man.
in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, yeah.
He's here.
right
So
around
some
the
local guys there. So
That's some more people
Hey,
right
move
there.
on up here to this match here where my partner is going to wrestle in this match before.
Your
which
partner.
which one's your partner?
This
Oh, Larry Cooter.
Oh,
Cooter.
Is that your mystery partner there, Larry?
yeah, that's
Cooter?
my Mr. No, well, maybe it ain't my Mr.
Cooter.
Partner. I can't remember who my Mr. Partner is.
Batman likes his cooter.
the last couple shows you guys have seen, and I've got history with Larry Cooter. In the first show we did back in March, he's the current Mid-Atlantic Heritage Champion. There's a lot
Who did he
of
beat? Who did he
He's
beat
a
for
good
that? Let me
wrestler.
say, who did he beat? Oh, he beat you.
No, that was
So you held that
because
title.
you wrestled 3 times.
Yeah.
I
It
forgot about
happens.
that. Oh,
But right now there's a dispute with these guys. There's a dispute on Larry Cooter's from Nashville. He's very
so how did he defeat you? I know you're trying to get
He
past.
pinned him 1, 2, 3. Didn't you watch the match?
again. And this
Damn
is
it, I was there, but I mean, I just want to hear from Scott.
then again,
from
I mean,
the
you
people
guys-
that don't know.
And I know there's some footage coming that we talked about possibly
right.
from mine, but you know what?
Right.
You'll see.
got
Possibly, I know for
footage.
sure it's in there, but I know for the fans that were there back in March at the show that we done, me and Cuban was lined up to have a match a week or so after this show,
Yeah.
and he interjected himself in the match.
That was in West Virginia.
Yep, it caused the distraction, and when he caused that distraction, Larry Cooter he won. So it is what it is.
What did he do? Just kind of, can you detail it a little bit?
Well,
Well,
and
they
for the
call it
fans,
that
remember
distraction.
What the,
I mean,
what the
that's
fans
what-
I
had it.
didn't make it to West Virginia.
That's what they did.
Oh,
to
okay. I
him
was talking
and
about
Stewart.
in March in Stewart.
Oh, in March.
right?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he did that. But anyway, like I said, there's a dispute with these guys about Memphis wrestling territory, Mid Atlantic territory, and so Larry Cooter's been coming around and really putting down this area. He's been putting down the Mid Atlantic, even though he's a champion. He's been putting down the Mid Atlantic area. And see, a lot of people don't know this, but the Dustman, Mark Anthony, he's from Virginia Beach. He's wrestled for 20 plus years all around the Mid Atlantic. He's wrestled with guys like the Barbarian. There's other names I remember he had mentioned in some of the promos he done about it. Him and Cooter were talking. He's wrestled a lot of legends, and he takes a lot of
I don't-
takes offense of
Wrestling.
takes a lot of offense to the things he's putting down about the Mid Atlantic. So.
Now, could I ask you if you could put up the flyer? Because, I mean, I'm lost, and I can only imagine. There you go. So we have
Top
the
right
flyer.
corner.
What you're looking at right now is what's on there.
Yeah, the top right corner with the Dustman.
So do you know which match will be first, or is
You
that
just
come
leave that
down
up
to
there.
the day?
That's,
Thank you.
Well, they make that decision today.
They make
yeah.
that decision. So let's just go over each one of the matches real quick while we have this up here so people can follow along.
Yeah, but right now I'm talking about, like I said, the NICW Mid-Atlantic Heritage Championship. So, like I said, the guy on the left, the Heyman Larry Cooter, is the current Mid-Atlantic Heritage Champion.
Okay.
And the guy on the right he's wrestling is the Dustman, Mark Anthony. Larry Cooter is from Nashville, Tennessee. Like I said, right now between these guys, there's a dispute between the territories, which one was better.
And you're in there
It was Memphis.
on the other side.
Right, Memphis versus Mid-Atlantic. So that would be the Dustman's actually coming out of retirement. He's been retired for a while, and he's coming to try to take that title.
That's something that I love more than, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I've seen you with interviews with Charles Rourke from Star News. But we
From
kind of
where?
Star News right here in
I don't
Martinsville.
know them.
But we kind of put you on the spot, and that's what I love. I want to put you on the spot to answer the questions that we
I
have.
fell asleep during them interviews.
We're not concerned about you. We're talking about Scott.
Yeah,
Unless
so,
it was it Michael Scott?
How do you,
Batman?
for
So
some-
anyway, keep going. I'm sorry,
for
brother.
somebody that
No,
doesn't,
no, I mean,
doesn't-
I'm
for
just
somebody that has
confused.
no
You-
control over or input or any hands in this NICW, you should know a lot about these matches.
I'm following them. I'm following these.
He's a
I'm following these
wrestler.
promos these guys are out here talking about.
He's promoting.
I see them all
And
over
honestly,
Facebook.
and a lot of people don't
The
know.
promos are great.
Right.
Well,
and
there's
on a
people that
personal-
love it.
And on a personal note, I know the Dustman Mark Anthony. He's a martial artist, just like me. Owns a martial arts studio.
Wow.
And
great.
you know, so and it just happens that on that day, on October the 7th, at that college that morning, there is a regional level karate martial arts tournament.
Really?
That the Dustman was going to be here anyway for because of his students and people who are competing.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
So
will your
he's
students
stepping
be
in.
competing in this?
My students will be competing. in
Yes.
Oh,
that's great.
wow.
Great to promote.
Great.
So,
Yeah.
So yeah, it works out. So you know that's he's here. He's like, look, I'm gonna be there anyway. I want this match.
Right.
I wonder if you
love
could just
it.
go in there and watch the martial arts and just hang around and not pay anything and just hang out for the wrestling afterwards. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm a cheapskate. I got a bunch of kids.
But I will
gotta look for
but
that
the fan-
easy way out.
But yeah, spectators want to come and see it that day. So I know it's a separate event, but they want to come and see it that day. Come on in, check
That's
it out the martial arts
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
And then the
That's something I always wanted to promote anyway. I know you're kind of totally against that because you love the wrestling. But you have RMA, which is Rutgers Martial Arts.
yep,
Which
and
I have.
Stewart, Bassett, Floyd.
Floyd. Yep.
Floyd, yep. You have 3 different areas that you do this in. And you're a grandmaster, black belt.
Yeah, been doing
Holy
this for
mackerel.
35 years.
35 years.
I have a few
Wow.
friends that have children that are involved in this. I
Yeah,
have,
Carson was my
Carson was.
grandson. Yeah.
Darlene's daughters were.
Really?
Lock Boyce's kids were.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you,
so-
it's perfect for kids. It's perfect for kids. It's perfect for
It
anybody.
is.
But you know,
Respect.
yeah.
It teaches respect. Well, you know more than I do. So go ahead and tell me.
about the sponsors and about the martial arts.
No, but
Let's talk about the martial arts real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm putting you on the spot, brother.
I know,
I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I said, like you already said, we got 3 locations: Bassett, Stewart, and Floyd. We have programs for ages 3 years old all the way up to adult. We teach
3 years old.
Yeah.
That's what people need to realize.
Yeah, 3 years old. We start them off early, try to teach them structure, try to teach them. My thing at their age is more about the socialization they can get by meeting other kids, teaching them the basic
Right.
life skills that they need.
They
between
want
the
to learn.
discipline and the
Right.
respect. They do.
At
They
3
get-
years old, want to learn something.
Right.
4 years old, then when you get to 13, they don't want to know shit. But 3-year-old, they want to learn stuff. They want to absorb.
They do. Make it fun for them, but teach them respect right off the bat. Teach them the discipline and structure, and it prepares them when they go to preschool. When they start
Right.
kindergarten, they start
Yes.
school. They've already got
Respect.
that behind them, and it works.
Good
So
for you, brother.
But we also got things for adults. I mean, we do firearm trainings all the way down to basic
Wow.
hand-to-hand defense. I mean, we do a little bit of everything. So literally at our school, you come in and see your programs we offer. We literally have something for everybody.
Right.
If they don't want to do that, we've got yoga programs. We've
Now
got Zumba.
really?
We've got everything.
You got
Oh,
3
wow.
locations. Where are those locations at?
Bassett off of Stonesdale Road, Main Street in Stewart, and also Main Street in Floyd.
Well, that's
Right,
one
look
of
'em
the
up.
things that I think I've mentioned on the podcast before. I've always been a Patch County boy. And I lived down in Kernersville and Winston for a while. And my kids started going to school down there. I didn't know the teachers. But with you, I knew, like my grandson started going to the karate. I knew who you were, and I know your wife, and I know your daughter, who you love tremendously, and we are Facebook friends. But I mean, that makes a major difference in knowing somebody who is teaching your
absolutely
child.
major difference. His wife, Mary, has taught 5 of my 7 kids.
Wow.
That makes a difference when you know somebody who is teaching your kids.
Right, right.
He talked about living in Kernersville, Winston-Salem. I lived out in California my younger years, and I didn't, who knows who's teaching your kids?
Right,
Who knows
you-
what they're
Sure.
teaching?
Right.
So our small town really appreciates people like you,
Yes.
people like his wife Mary.
Well, one of my
Yes.
one of my instructors used to tell us all the time that you provide the service to these kids, right?
Have wrestling that's all.
But a lot of times they're not buying your program; they're buying the relationship with you.
Right.
Amen.
Right. Amen. I agree with that.
What'd you say, Mike? I'm sorry.
Just promoting wrestling.
Was you
That's
speaking?
what we're here for. We're here to promote the wrestling. We got the belt right here that's owned by this guy right here. And you're still bent and you're still worried about not
That's
having
okay. I got my
having
partner.
an
I got my
option.
secret partner right here that's going to be there.
Who is
The
your secret
Pumpkinhead?
par- Can you give us a little
He's
hint?
pointing at the Pumpkinhead one right there.
It could be a pumpkin.
I've been called a Pumpkinhead before.
Me too.
But
I got a
we've also got the other
Pumpkinhead.
sponsors on there too. I mean, we got Boyce Highland Veterinary Services. We
Thank you.
appreciate
Where are they
them.
located at?
They're located in Stewart, Virginia.
Thank you
Look at
very
that,
much.
you know.
Appreciate that. Come down and see us.
All right, we got Frederick's Family Eye Care Center right here, and they actually have locations in Collinsville right here. Chatham, Frederick's, they the Eye Care Center right
Eye
here,
Care
right here in Collinsville. They got one in
Really?
Chatham. They got a location in Danville. They also have a location in Rocky Mount.
Wow.
You get the transitional bifocals.
That's what I need.
Yep. Impressive Prints and Designs. That's actually my wife's business doing that. She does, if you want anything printed, from a shirt to a tumbler to
Now hold on. What?
We
anything.
might need some of that.
Anything printed.
What's the
anything
name of the
printed.
business?
Impressive Prints and
Impressive
Designs.
Prints.
Yeah, she does that.
So she's doing that.
Yeah, we have
Oh,
national.
she's a sweetheart, and I greatly appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Yeah, National Pest Control, and I know they're out of Stewart. And then we also have Bryant Radio right here in Collinsville.
Yes.
It's also one of the two. We've a couple places here between Runners Martial
Well, I've
Arts,
known Joe
Boyce
Bryant
Highland,
for a very long
and
time.
Bryant Radio. Also, their advanced ticket locations right here.
Nice.
Yeah, and Boyce Highland down in Stewart, Virginia.
Yeah,
Check
come get
out.
them. We got Leanne and Lisa selling tickets, doing their thing,
Selling it up.
selling tickets.
Yeah. I've known Joe Bryant for a long time. I don't know if he remembers me or not, but yeah. He, Mr. Collinsville.
Yep.
He knows the Questenberries. Don't you, Joe? So anyway, I think he was,
That was
on
the
the
drum roll.
he's on the board of supervisors.
It's actually the air conditioner.
Right. So anyway,
Jim Nelson right here. I trained Jim Nelson. He started with me as a partner. And then he moved on. He became
you want to throw up
Boyce.
the flyer because he don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm not sure what he's
Hard to see
talking
it,
about.
no.
You don't
What
know
is it?
Jim Nelson?
And it
You
sounds,
don't know
fa- it
Boris
sounds,
Zukoff?
it sounds
They're
familiar.
the same guy.
What I do
Who's
know,
Michael Weddle? Oh yeah. Oh, you showing me? Yeah. There you go.
what I do know is I'm sitting in front of a legend. I
Oh,
mean,
Jim Nelson. Yeah,
yeah.
he's coming down there.
He,
yeah, I do
he
know
talked
him.
about Jim Nelson
Right.
here and how he trained him or how he was his partner
He
at the
was-
beginning.
And let me tell you a little
The
story
last
about that.
show was the same thing. He said how he trained him and
All
he
right.
was the
I put-
partner.
You can put the camera on.
I put Boris
This is his show.
Zukoff.
Yeah, let him speak a little bit. I'm sorry. That's the only way we could get
We
these
had
two
a
guys together.
competition. Boris wanted the title that I had in ACW,
That's a Russian, Boris
and I beat him. And if he lost, he quit.
Zhukalov.
So he did. He quit.
Is he
but
Russian?
he kind of pulled a trick on me.
Boris
he come back.
Ukrainian? I
He
mean,
came
he's
back as
Ukrainian.
Jim Nelson. And I didn't sign to wrestle Jim Nelson. So he brings in Johnny Weaver. Do you know Johnny Weaver?
I've heard the name. I don't know him.
Well, anyhow, Johnny Weaver tricks me and Douglas into signing a contract. We think we're going to wrestle Johnny Weaver. You know how that went.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, so anyhow, I
NICW
wrestles Jim Nelson. He beats me for the title. I get into it with Johnny Weaver. He puts me in the sleeper, the last sleeper hold ever put on
Is this on
anybody.
YouTube?
Yep.
It sure
Actually,
is.
it sure is.
I want to see that.
That was the last
We
in-ring
can find that.
sleeper that we know of
In
before
Rocky
he
Mount.
passed away.
Really.
Before he passed away. Oh. He put you in a sleeper
Exactly.
before he passed away.
That's great. That's something to be
It is.
honorable.
It
you
is.
know?
Because y'all talking about this man here wrestling everybody. I've wrestled people. I've wrestled Wahoo McDaniels. I've wrestled Ivan
You probably wrestled everybody
That
on the
Larry,
card.
that Larry
No, not
Cooter.
these people. These people, I don't even know.
That Larry Cooter. He's a good guy. So
Now
we got
after
a
this
couple
weekend,
tag.
next time I'm here, you can say you wrestled everybody.
Have
on
you
the card.
ever wrestled your son, Scott?
I sure have.
Really? How'd that turn out?
How do you think?
Well, you tell me.
It's
I
on
want it
YouTube.
record.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Exactly.
You're going to find that too. We'll put a link below. So have we talked
I
about all
want
the
to hear it out
cards?
of your mouth, though. I want you.
Who's this Crash and Lance here? Who are these people here? What are they doing? The grunge,
Nobody's.
nobody's.
Crash is.
I don't know. Ask the NW. Ask him.
Crash Kennedy, yeah.
I know Crash.
Cassidy.
I've worked a lot of shows over the years with Crash. I know Crash has been. He's fairly local. Wrestled in West Virginia. He wrestles all over the place. So I know fan favorite. So I know a lot of the fans already know who Crash is.
Right.
And I've only been on some shows with his Lance Erickson, so I don't know him that well. I just know that he is very well known in West Virginia.
He looks serious.
Big dudes.
But
man.
if you right, but NICW is also partnering with American Pro Wrestling out of West Virginia. We're not really necessarily merging, we're combining, but it's kind of like the NWA Mid Atlantic. When they ended up, we're recognizing championships and matches from different things.
Huh.
So this match on the card is for they're currently doing a tournament right now for one of their major championships. So. This is a grudge match because they're having a feud been going on for a while,
Right,
but
yeah.
this is actually to determine a tournament that they're doing, and I know they'll talk more about that at the show itself. Two big guys. I mean, this is going to be a heavy hitter match. I can tell you that in a heartbeat.
Right.
Just,
Now, what I really-
just from my scene of both of these guys.
What I've really enjoyed about,
Pick your winners. Pick your winners.
pick my winners. Well, what I would like to say while I look at it and pick my winners is that I do admire what every single one of you do.
Yes.
Throughout the time that we've known each other, I have become friends with several of the wrestlers
Right.
on different cards, and you guys are all over the place. You guys are up in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, you're Tennessee, you're traveling down North Carolina. You're all over the place. You're working hard, and you're putting entertainment into these people's eyes and giving them something to look forward to on a Saturday night. I would have to go with the Dragon, Scott Lee, on the match. I have watched the Cuban Assassin. He plays dirty. I hope Scott's got somebody in his corner to just kind of keep an eye on him. I've seen him pull stuff out of, I'm talking about the Cuban here. I've seen him pull stuff out of his boot, pull stuff out of his waistband.
Yeah.
And me and the kids are yelling, "Hey, look at ref!" And he's tricky. He's been in it. He's in the business for a while.
What happened in West Virginia?
Right. As far as Larry Cooter, I can't go against Larry Cooter. I met him at the last match.
Yeah.
And he just seemed to be
Bring out
on
the
top
rope.
of his game. He really seemed to be going somewhere. Tony Ray and Scott Whittle. I got to go with my man Tony because I'm going to be on his corner watching, making sure you and Wentworth the third don't come out and try to intervene with that. Esquire.
It's always some.
Yellow Man's my guy on the John Hartman and him. Yellow Man, he just puts on a show for the kids.
Right.
When my kids were at the show,
That's because he's the same size as your kids.
you might be right on that, but still, Yellow Man, like I said, he really pumped up the crowd and
did.
really got my. I don't know about this.
That was a good swerve, all right, not to vote for yourself.
I don't know about this Crash, Cassidy, and I haven't watched them wrestle. Old Lance there looks like a big boy, so I think old Crash might have his hands full. And as far as the tag team match there,
Eclipso don't even know who his partner is.
but I will tell you this: Eclipso's been there, and for somebody who's been
Years.
somebody's been in racing like myself, somebody's been in the business like myself. It takes years and years to master what you do, and I think you've
He's
done
going to
it.
carry that group.
And I think you've done it. So whoever you have as your partner, I believe you're going to take it home, my friend.
That's
You're
a
going to take
smart
home the
bet
belt.
there. That was a
I
smart.
really do. I honestly believe that.
2 days from now, October
days.
7th.
Right.
Stone Hall.
It's on, man.
Right. So
Patrick
if
and Henry
you're-
Community College.
Yeah, if you go down, we all know the bypass in Martinsville. You turn right there at the Valero and go down, take a right up toward Patrick and Henry Community College. Stone Hall is right there on the left.
On the right.
On the right?
Yeah, when you first get into it and off the parking lot, it's the big
Okay.
building on the right.
Yeah. Yep.
Next to the tennis courts. You'll see the tennis courts, big
Right.
parking lot, plenty of
But
parking.
don't hang out at the tennis courts because the business is in the building.
Exactly.
Right. And
And I'm out of beer.
it's $12 to get you in the door, amongst other, and it's just we'll shout out to the sponsors again.
Yep. Well, Rudders Martial Arts and Bassett, Stewart, and Floyd. We got Boyce Holland Veterinary Services, Frederick's Family Eye Care Center right here. Like I said, they've got locations from Chatham to Danville, Rocky Mount, right here in Collinsville. Impressive Prints Designs, National Pest Control, and Bryant Radio.
So we're gonna put a link below. They can get a hold of you
With all of
personally.
them. We'll
Yeah,
put them all
of
there,
them.
all the sponsors.
All
on
the
there.
sponsors. Thank y'all so much. We'll
Right.
put y'all in below in the YouTube channel.
And look at this. This is up for grabs. This Saturday.
Is it?
Yep, casket
That's
match.
up for grabs.
Is it
Casket
match?
Man.
I keep forgetting that.
You
I'm
know
looking
what?
forward
You
to
know
that.
what, y'all-
I'm looking
y'all-
forward to it.
They'll keep irritating me with this
Goodbye.
championship here.
All right.
Wait.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
All right.
Well, where are you
After I
going?
win my
You got
belts,
more things to
I'm
do.
coming for that belt, and I might even come for that belt. That's
So
all
what?
need to
You
know.
coming for the
coming for
casket?
all the belts.
You gonna be in the casket?
Thank you,
He's done.
Michael.
He's done.
I think y'all made him mad because you're talking about the championship there.
I think
He's
he
not,
is.
he's not in that match.
I think he is upset. I think he believes cold-heartedly that he deserves a chance at this
I actually, you know, in his defense, like we did, because it took everything that we have. Thank you. She give me the finger. For everything that we have
missed it
to
again.
get y'all to sit down at the same, I want to say thank you to you
rough, right?
especially, and thank you to Michael for sitting down here and being cordial,
Keeping it civil.
keeping
There's-
it civil, because I mean when y'all come out here and it was like y'all were both of y'all.
We were
and I was
worried
like,
about you
oh,
guys fighting
God.
and wrestling here on the screen.
It's
you know,
it's hey, it's a
was like,
competition.
can we-
It's all about it. But at the same time,
Right.
there is professionalism. in
Can we
professional
get
wrestling.
40 minutes together?
right. The last
asking
time I seen you
questions.
guys together, you were beating the crap out of each
Right.
other. So I was just.
Can we get 40 minutes to y'all together? And they actually lasted longer than that. So I'm so thankful. He's been a part of wrestling for years. I didn't know that when he first come out here. I went back, and other people can do that too. They go on
Google it,
YouTube.
YouTube it
you know,
up.
Yes.
Right.
YouTube. You can see him. I mean, he's been wrestling since the 70s. He can speak for himself. I had seen so much, and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's amazing. I don't like telling him that because apparently it builds his ego
Right.
more than I can handle.
You can't take anything away from his career. You
Right.
can't take anything away from his knowledge.
Right.
You know, and I've got a little bit of respect for that. However,
Right.
it's all about that right there.
Yeah.
The
It
heavyweight
is.
title is what it's all about. It's all about competition.
It
Everybody
is.
wants a shot for it. And like I
Right.
said before, I don't care, you know, who it is. The NICW committee, the rankings, they say, hey, this is the next person in line. As long as I got that title, that's who I'm going to wrestle.
Right.
And I can't wait myself to finally get my hands back on the Cuban Assassin in this casket match, because now it's a level playing field. If he wants to play dirty, it's no disqualification.
I hope you
so. If
whoop
he
the
wants to,
snot out of
play
him.
dirty and use the objects, hey, it's all legal. Now I can too. That's
hope
what
you
makes
whoop the
this
snot out of
match.
him.
That's what makes this match even, you know, for me. So Cuban, I'm coming. Hey, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to do everything I can to hold on that title.
I'm
But
looking forward to the casket.
yes, me and you finally, and there's no disqualification. It's all about the casket.
Right.
It's all about the title. But
How
it's the
can
casket match.
how can we see? It's bothering me. I'm sorry. Some of his past matches, Michael, the Batman. It's AWC. Is American
Championship Wrestling.
American Championship
And
Wrestling.
then if you guys want to
y'all
see
look
some
that
of-
up. American Championship
but
Wrestling.
if you want to see the Cuban Assassin, some of his stuff is American Pro Wrestling.
American Pro Wrestling.
He's got a lot
okay.
of stuff there. There's actually an app called the Rumble app that you can go in and type in American Pro Wrestling. And they've got a lot of the West Virginia promotions up there. You see a
Really?
lot of him, but you also see Cuban Assassin as well on YouTube.
Nice.
These guys have spent their life dedicated to
done
this,
it.
and you need to look
Right.
it up, and you need to
Highly
respect it.
Highly respect it.
Halloween Mayhem this Saturday, Patrick and Henry Community College. Y'all be real and come on back.
Be real.